I am convening closely with colleagues as we've had this morning. We will achieve the target that were given by His Excellency the President.
CS Matiang'i further stated that the price of fuel is already under assessment and assured Kenyans of lower fuel prices in the next price review by the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority.
I gave an assurance that we have not only identified some of the systemic challenges we need to address, but we have taken steps, and you will see when the next review happens that as the result of the many actions that have been taken, you will see some reductions in the cost of fuel as we go forward.
An interministerial team has been set up to audit Kenya Power and oversight urgent reforms in the energy giant. Kennedy Kimani, Hope TV Newswatch, Nairobi.
Thanks, Kennedy. Health workers in Embu County have maintained their stance with regards to the planned strike set to commence on Monday, October 11, over poor working conditions. The workers have accused the employer of failing to heed their grievances, ranging from failure to remit statutory deductions to relevant institutions to lack of drugs and equipment in health facilities. Health workers have blamed the county assembly for weakening health care in the county through poor allocation of funds. The workers have advised patients to seek alternative medical care from private facilities, noting that those already admitted will be discharged by Sunday midnight. Dolly Murigi now reports.
Speaking on Thursday at Embu Teaching and Referral Hospital, Kenya National Union of Nurses National Chairman Joseph Ngwasi said deductions including pay-as-you-earn, NHIF, as well as help and bank loans have not been remitted to respective institutions for months, with others for years, despite being captured in the pay slips.
The report we have, the information we have from the KRA as at now, money has not been paid from 2017. And therefore, even those members, our members who are almost going on retire, they cannot be cleared by the KRA, and that jeopardizes even their pension.
These, he said, had thrown them in financial limbo as they have been negatively listed by Credit Reference Bureau (CRB) and can no longer secure loans from any financial institutions.
The county has just been assuming us, and therefore it is time. We, health workers, we have said that enough is enough. We are going to down the tools.
With regard to patients' welfare, County Health Workers Union Chair Aloysius Njoka said the situation was so bad in health facilities that patients were being given black tea and sometimes without sugar over poor funding of health facilities.
Tunashangaa huyo mgonjwa ataponaje? Tuseme hako na acid na dawa na chakula ile anapewa ni strong tea. Wakati mwingine hata hiyo strong tea sukari haina. Tumekuwa na matatizo mengine bado hapa, unapata wafanyikazi wale wanaosha hospitali hawajalipwa miezi 4 miezi 5. Baka inafika mahali hospitali haioshwi. Unashanga mgonjwa anakuja amelazwa ako na pneumonia. Mtoto ako na pneumonia akilazwa hospitali chafu, ameanza anashika magonjwa mengine, unapata ameshikwa na ugonjwa ya kuhara. Sasa unashanga kama madaktari wanashindwa vile watatibu hawa wagonjwa.
Head of Laboratory Services in Embu Teaching and Referral Hospital Felix Muriuki blamed the county assembly for crippling healthcare in the county through poor allocation of funds.
Specifically, I want to address the legislature and the executive, especially the county assembly of Embu. We understand that it is their mandate to pass the bills, the finance bills. So it means clearly that they are the ones that give Embu River 5 a tune of only 80 million against 234 million budget that was prepared. That is very unfortunate. If we look at what they allocated to the office of the governor specifically, you get that they allocated more than 180 million to run the office of a governor. And I was asking myself, between the office of the governor and the Embu River 5, which one comes as a priority?
He called on Governor Martin Wambora to intervene and have the matter resolved fast to end the suffering of patients as well as health workers. Dolly Murigi for Hope TV Newswatch.
Much appreciated, Dolly. The Ministry of Health has reported that 218 people have tested positive for COVID-19 from a sample size of 6,350 tested in the last 24 hours. The positivity rate is now at 3.4%, and total confirmed positive cases are 250,728, while cumulative tests conducted so far are 2,592,600. Fortunately, 51 people have recovered from the disease in the last 24 hours, of which 21 people are from the home-based and isolation care program, while 30 persons recovered from different health care facilities, pushing the total recoveries to 243,337. At the same time, one person died of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours, which brings the cumulative fatalities to 5,178. As of October 6, 2021, a total of 4,048,667 vaccines had so far been administered across the country. Of these, 3,057,307 were partially vaccinated, while those fully vaccinated were 991,360. And in a bid to raise the number of fully vaccinated people with a mid-term target of 5.8 million vaccinations by Mashujaa Day on 20th of October, the Health Ministry, in collaboration with that of Transport, has launched the Public Service Transport Operators COVID-19 Vaccination Awareness Program. The campaign, dubbed Pata Chanjo Tuimarishe Usafiri, was launched today by Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe and his transport counterpart James Macharia at Railway Bus Station in Nairobi. According to latest statistics from the Ministry of Health, close to 4 million people have so far been vaccinated, with another 1.8 million people expected by October 20th. Low voltage. And Nyeri County Commissioner Wilfred Kibara has decried the low turnout of new voters since the 30 days registration kicked off on Monday this week. Kibara said that a total of 1,020 new voters have been captured for the last 4 days, as IEBC target 104,570 in Nyeri County. Kibara said this is a low figure compared to what the county is supposed to achieve, and appealed to the youth to come out in large numbers as voters, to register as voters. Speaking today after holding a consultative meeting with IEBC and the security agency at his office, the county boss said it is only through the voting process that youth can actively participate in the country's decision-making. IEBC seeks to register over 6 million nationwide by the end of the month.
What we've noted quickly is that the registration has started at a low pace. We've registered 1,020 for the last 4 days. That's a small figure compared to what we are supposed to achieve. So we have been putting some strategies and getting our heads together with our Ngao team. These are the deputy county commissioners who are with me in the meeting. And we intend to move to institutions. These are the universities, the polytechnics, the TVETs. We also want to assist the IEBC in publicity through the chiefs and assistant chiefs. And also, IEBC is also geared to have another 2 stakeholders meeting between the clergy and other teams, and also the political leadership. The details probably that were given during the first registration could have missed by something. We want to rectify that within that period, and we have agreed with IEBC that within that period we'll assist them to register when we combine the effort. For our people here in Nyeri, in every ward, we have 3 biometrical kits. Probably that could translate like to 90 or so kits. And we have 1 kit at the Huduma Center. The 1 kit at the Huduma Center can register you from anywhere. Even if you are here and you are not a Nyerian, you go there and you want to vote in Mombasa, it will pick those details and translate them to the voters register in Mombasa.
Still on registration, the county of Siaya has employed more voter registration clerks to aid in the registration of voters in the county. Speaking after a meeting with the ODM party delegates at Segere in central Alego, Siaya County, Governor Cornel Rasanga said the additional 30 clerks will ensure the target of registering 200,000 more voters is attained, citing the importance of the 2022 elections. The IEBC had initially hired 6 clerks in every ward to register the voters for the next 30 days.
In addition to the 6 registration clerks available by IEBC for the exercise for each ward, we have discussed and agreed to add 30 more clerks to support the exercise. This means that we will have 1 extra clerk per ward. 2, we will also provide transport logistics to enhance mobilization and coordination of the registration of officials during the exercise. 3, additionally, we are working with Office of the Registrar of Persons to ensure that processing of new identity cards goes hand in hand with the voter registration. 4, in order to support increased issuance of identity cards, we will provide support in the form of materials including print glue and photo printing papers, apart from facilitating the officers in charge of the registration process with the transport logistics. Further, we will continuously remind our people to come out and register through local media houses. We have also sought support from the local administration to further enhance mobilization for increased uptake of voter registration. In addition to the 6 registration clerks available by IEBC for the exercise for each ward, we have discussed and agreed to add 30 more clerks to support the exercise. This means that we will have 1 extra clerk per ward.
On that note, let's take our first commercial break on Newswatch tonight. We have much more coming up after the break.
Our world needs humble, confident, bold, and integrity-infused leaders.
Live online, Thursday through Friday, October 14th and 15th, 2021. Join thousands of curious, growth-minded, change-driven men and women like you for the premier leadership event of 2021, the Global Leadership Summit. Some of the world-class faculty includes Craig Goshel, Senior Pastor of Life Church, Jami Lema, Richard Montanes, who started off as a janitor and rose to be a top executive. Local faculty include Justice Daniel Musinga, who'll talk about the quest for justice, fairness, and equality. Bishop David Oginde, CEO and founder, the Carter Lead Associate. Daniel Kamau, CEO, Fusion Capital. Archbishop Eliud Wabuhala, Chairperson, Ethics and Anti-Corruption Committee. Among other speakers, guest musician will be Florence Moretti. To register, call 722-490325 or visit www.kenyaleadership.org. Everyone wins when a leader gets better.
Furahia na Optiven.
Dad, gari mpya.
Umetoa wapi gari mpya?
Optiven wametusort.
Optiven
Nunua any of our value-added properties ama redeem installment ya property yako. Kwa kila malipo ya 10,000 unapata 1 entry point kwenye draw ya Furahia na Optiven promotion. Airtime kushindaniwa kila siku, holiday kila wiki, shinda ploti na gari kila mwezi na grand prize ya Mercedes-Benz C180. Ni rahisi, buy ama redeem na ushinde na Furahia na Optiven.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Welcome back. Let's talk politics. Deputy President William Ruto has urged his competitors to come up with their alternative plans for Kenyans instead of criticizing his UDA agenda for the country. Speaking during a meeting with youth from Narok County in Kilgoris town, Ruto said his competitors were more interested in bringing him down as opposed to coming up with an agenda for the country. The deputy president wondered how he would compete with them if they had no agenda to compare to his bottom-up economic model and make their informed decisions when the right time comes.
Wale tunashindana na wao, mimi nataka niwaambie hivi. Sisi tuko na agenda ya bottom up economic model ya kuinua watu wa chini wasiokuwa na kazi, biashara yao ni ndogo, kilimo yao iko chini, tuinue ndio twende pamoja. Nyinyi hamuna agenda. Agenda yenu ni kupigana na Ruto. Mimi nataka niwaambie my friends, tafuteni agenda. Bure mutazama. Hawa tunaoshindana na wao hawana track record, kwa sababu ni watu wa Tibime na Tialala. Sisi tumejenga reli, tumejenga barabara, tumeunganisha stima, tumejenga TTI. Tafuteni track record ndio tushindane na kwa wananchi wa Kenya waamue. Hawa wadosi hawana political formation. Sisi tuko na hustler movement na chama ya UDA ambayo tutatumia kuunganisha wa Kenya ili tuwe na uwezo wa kusukuma agenda ya sera na vile vile kuunda serikali. Wale tunashindana na wao wamekwama kwa tribal formations na mpaka leo hata candidate hawajui ni nani. Hawa watu mkiona tutashindana na wao kweli? Si hao watu watazama mapema? Ama ni aje Kilgoris? Tuko pamoja?
Still in politics, the One Kenya Alliance principals have met prominent businessmen from Mount Kenya in Nairobi exactly 10 days after the leaders held a similar function with ODM leader Raila Odinga as both teams seek Central Kenya votes ahead of 2022 elections. During the function, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka said OKA believes in zero tolerance to corruption and urged Kenyans to register in large numbers as voters in an effort to support the alliance in forming the next government. Here's Dickens Luvanda with more.
The hunt for Mount Kenya vote is undoubtedly giving 2022 presidential aspirants a run for their money as President Uhuru Kenyatta's term comes to a close. Less than 2 weeks after ODM party leader Raila Odinga met a section of Mount Kenya tycoons in an effort to consolidate the region's political support, the One Kenya Alliance OKA has met with the same group of leaders under the Mount Kenya Foundation team for a similar cause.
This beautiful lady you are hearing is not worried, getting more warriors, uniting. Because the love we are talking about, Senator Gideon, si ile love ya mapenzi, ni ile love God they love, ile Jesus was preaching.
Is to ask you as OKA team, get out into the Mount Kenya. We have given you the key to walk into Mount Kenya and they preach your gospel, preach your policies. Some of them you have articulated there, and then you convince the people.
OKA principals Musalia Mudavadi of the ANC party, Kalonzo Musyoka of Wiper, Gideon Moyo of KANU, and Moses Wetangula of Ford Kenya party earlier on Thursday met na Kenya party leader Martha Karua and former Lugari member of parliament Cyrus Jirungu, who urged Kenyans to elect a government that will prioritize their plight.
Let us go to the ground. You people must never have a preferred candidate. Let all of us work as a team. And at the right time, Kenyans will see who is this so qualified to take us through this very risky period.
I repeat to the Mount Kenya Foundation, when you go home, ask yourself, who can you trust?
The OKA principals have collectively pledged loyalty to President Kenyatta as each of them bears ambitions to succeed him. During the forum, Kalonzo revealed that President Kenyatta owed him after he rallied former President Mwai Kibaki to appoint him as the Deputy Prime Minister during the Grand Coalition government.
Whichever leader comes and tries to sow discord and something, Kenyans have come of age. I just want to urge that they come out now. The 70% youth in Kerote, take out your vote. Let Kenyans come out now in the time frame given. Take out your vote, register as voters, and believe in your nation.
The lobby group will vet all presidential candidates to enable them pick the best and eventually meet President Kenyatta to present its preferred presidential candidate.
Uko na msichana ambao hao wanaume waine ambao watano hao ndio wanamtaka. And you said you cannot give to sisi watano, si ndio? I'm the one who's the most energized and the youngest. So unaniwachia mimi nitangulie, hao wengine watajisort wenyewe.
Deacons Rovanda, Hope TV News Watch.
Thank you, Deacons. Meanwhile, Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya has dismissed ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi's presidential bid, saying he did not have the political muscle to deliver the presidency. Speaking in Lugari, where he campaigned for Raila, Oparanya said political landscape in the country was taking shape, adding that the battle for presidency was narrowing to Raila and Deputy President William Ruto, adding Mudavadi will not make any impact. The governor took the opportunity to urge politicians in the country to aggressively mobilize wananchi to register as voters to enable IEBC attain its target.
Vyama vya nyumbani hakuna mahali zinae na muandike siku hii. Hii ni kuja tu kusumbua watu hapa. Wewe pita hapa Lugari, ingia hapo Nandi, usikie watu wanaongea nini. Utoka hapo uende Kericho, uende Nakuru, uende Nairobi, uende Mombasa. Ndio ukitoka huko, ndio unasema hii mambo yenu inakuishia tu hapa hapa. Hata mlima Nandi haipiti. Mbona wanasema utapata president kutoka wapi? Sitaki mumalize nafasi mahali hakuna nafasi ya kupata urais. Na hiyo nasema kweli. Kwa sababu nataka watu wangu wakuwe kwa nini? Kwa serikali. Ukiwa kwa serikali ndio unaweza kuleta maendeleo makubwa kwa watu wako. Kwa sababu baba ndiye anakuwa kwenda kuwa rais wa nchi hii. Wakati wake na yeye amesema tu miaka mitano na anapatiwa opara. Kwa nini sikose kuwa hapo?
Moving on, the National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA, has continued its crackdown on unregistered driving schools that are denying the government revenue. This follows new NTSA regulations that driving schools must pay licenses for every new branch newly opened. This was not applicable in the past, as they were only required to pay for only one license. But despite being served with letters to pay, some schools have been operating illegally, with students unaware of the new developments. This prompted the closure of some of the schools that failed to comply, leading to the arrest of 5 school managers. The operation was led by NTSA Lower Central Region boss Kendi Mutuma, who said the operation will continue to other parts of Kiambu and Murang'a counties. Now, wrangles have emerged in the Orange Democratic Movement Party in Kwale County, that is ODM, following grassroots elections where former Matuga MP Hassan Mwanyoha was elected as the party chairman in the county. 2 warring factions are at loggerheads, with one disputing the election while the other is in support of the outcome. A faction inclined to Kwale County Women Representative Zuleika Hassan says the election was not inclusive, claiming they were not involved. Zuleika was interested in the position of chairperson in the party. The opposing side wants the party leadership to disapprove the names and organize another grassroots election through secret ballot.
Sisi wamama, uchaguzi uliofanywa jana tunaupinga kabisa, kwa maana wamama ndio wenye kura. Lakini Mheshimiwa Mwanyoha, hii bendera ya ODM imeshikiliwa na Raila Omolo Odinga. Saa hii yeye anaitumia kama baniani mbaya, kiatu chake dawa. Anaitumia kwamba mimi hapa nafaidika, lakini chama mashinani anakiua. Na kama mama ndiye na kura, sikubaliani na mambo kama hayo. Kwa sababu sisi tulipanga uchaguzi kila mtu ajulikane kwa haki. Alikuwa akipita Mwanyoha atakuwa ni mheshimiwa wetu, na akipita Zulea atakuwa ni mheshimiwa wetu. Lakini maneno aliyofanya mpaka saa hii tuko na uchungu kama mama wa Msambweni constituency. Tuko na uchungu, hatukuhusishwa, tuko na uchungu, hatukujua. Tena wamerudi ile bodi ya zamani ndio imerudi pale kuonekana hii Kwale County ni ya wao peke yao.
Uchaguzi uliofanywa ulikuwa wa huru na haki. Sisi tulikuwa tunajaza mapengo. Waliokufa na waliondoka kama kina Benjamin Tayari, aliokufa marehemu Omuya, tukawa tu replace. Hiyo tu, hatukuwa tunaongea. Na yeye pia ni mmoja wao pale katika delegates yuko. Na hao watu wake ambao pia ako nao huko wamo humu. Hatujatoa mtu sisi. Tulifanya hiyo ya kujaza mapengo tu peke yake. Na wakati wa Zoom meeting yeye alihusishwa.
We did our elections through consensus by filling gaps, the positions that were left vacant by people who either defected, they are sick, or died. Mwanyoha did not defect. Mwanyoha is not sick. Mwanyoha is not dead. So I'm wondering why someone can come and say that he or she wants to fill the chairmanship gap. There is no gap in the chairmanship for the ODM. Kwa hivyo, ikiwa kuna watu ambao hawaelewi, waje waelezwe. Na hawataki kuja kwa sababu hawataki kuelezwa. Kujua hawajui, na kujulishwa kwamba hawajui pia hawataki.
The county government of Tana River, I beg your pardon, has commenced the drilling of boreholes as part of its drought response. The county targets to drill 5 boreholes in Gao, Gururi, Waldena and Lakole locations. Residents have previously been forced to trek for long distances in search of water, as most water ponds dried up. Speaking in Gao Village, Acting Manager Tana River Water and Sewerage Company William Gillo said the drought Response Committee has set aside 30 million shillings for the water sector. The drilling exercise is set to be completed in 2 weeks.
Program za water tracking na kuchimba visima zinasaidia sana wakazi wetu. Kwa hii program ya kuchimba visima tumeangazia sana Ngao water supply, sababu kuna wakati mwingine mto unakauka kabisa na wakazi wa Ngao, Oda na Tarasaa wanakosa maji. Sasa kuna mradi hapa utaendelea wa kuchimba visima na kuequip na solar water pumps yenye itakuwa inapiga maji kwa water supply yetu. Tukimaliza hapa itakuwa tunaenda Gururi, Lakole na pia kutakuwa na mradi wa maji wa Aldena. Kwa sisi tunatarajia kuwa miradi hii itachangia sana kupatikana kwa maji na kusuluhisha shida za maji katika eneo hizo.
Huu mradi umekuja wakati mzuri sana na umekuja wakati janga la ukame limetukumba Tana River County na kaunti zingine pia humu nchini, lakini pia na sisi pia limetukumba. Kwa hivyo tunaona kwamba umekuja wakati mzuri, supplement yale maji ambayo yanapatikana upande ule wa pili. Haya pia yatajaziliza upande ule, yatasaidia watu wale eneo lote la Ngao location na nje. Kwa hivyo tunashukuru kwa county government, lakini bado tunaomba hiyo kazi haitoshi. Tunazidi, kuna shughuli nyingi ambazo tungelipenda ziangaziwe, kwa sababu tukipata maji kwa ukulima, si kwa domestic kwa majumbani peke yake, lakini pia kwa matumizi ya ukulima pia ingekuwa ni bora pia viangaliliwe.
Hospitali bila maji haiwezekani. Kuna shule, high school na primary school, na kipande hiki kina mashule mengi na hospitali nyingi, lakini kwa kweli tukikosa maji itakuwa watu wa huku hatuna kazi wala faida.
Residents of Kwakazengo village in Mtepeni ward of Kilifi County have petitioned the County Assembly of Kilifi to save them from impending eviction. Through their ward representative Victor Mwaganda Gogo, the more than 3,000 residents in Kikambala area want the County Assembly to investigate circumstances in which the land they are living in was allocated to an individual, despite the fact that it was a settlement scheme meant to resettle squatters. According to John Changawa, the residents have lived in the disputed piece of land for decades, but the land was allocated to an individual in 1991, who subsequently sold it to a cooperative society.
Ilipofika 1991, mahali pale palikuja gawanywa kweli, lakini ile sehemu ambayo tunakaa ikapewa mtu mmoja. 38 acres zote zikapewa mtu mmoja. Na baada alipopewa tu akauza ile sehemu ambayo tunakaa kwa mwenyenye mwingine pale. Lakini maswali ambayo tuko nayo ni kwamba pale ni settlement scheme. Na kama settlement scheme ni wakina nani ambao wanastahili kuwa settled? Nafikiri ni squatters, wale ambao hawana vibali kama sisi.
Tunateseka kabisa, yani tunateseka hali ya kuwa huwa tunakimbia safari ambayo kama ni kesi kama vile tunaendelea na kesi, ikifika katikati vile itakavyoamuliwa hatujui yaamuliwa vipi ile kesi. Twafanya kusikia tu kesi ishamuliwa, mmeshindwa na kesi. Basi tumeenda na hizo haja hizo ambazo tuendelea nazo za kuwa tuenda kesi tukishindwa, mpaka tumefika watoto wetu hawajasoma. Manake pesa kwa pesa tunapeleka kotini. Mahali hii tumefika saa hii hatuna pesa na sisi hatuna shamba.
Lakini nashangaa nikiona watu na magari makubwa wakija pale wakisema hapa ni kwetu, hapa ni kwetu.
Tumekuja hapa kwa bunge leo kujaribu kupeana petition kwa spika wa bunge hili aweze kuangalia mchakato mzima wa haya mambo, kwa sababu bunge pia ni serikali, wako na uwezo wa kufanya uchunguzi na wajue kama ilikuwaje mwananchi alikuwa pale kwa shamba akakosa stakabadhi na zikapewa mtu wa nje. na pia bunge lina uwezo likafanya recommendations zake kwa county assembly, kwa county executive, hata kwa serikali pia. Tuone kama haiwezekani, bunge litoe mwelekeo kama tunaweza wakanunua ile shamba ili wananchi wakae watulie.
The Disability Discovery Association of Kenya, DDAK, has picked Miss Face of Humanity Kenya, Nzisa Matulu, as the Goodwill Ambassador for DDAK nationally and internationally. According to the chairman, Stephen Kiema, the role of the Miss Face of Humanity Kenya will, among others, mobilize resources for the various projects and programs, participate and represent DDK in official functions, events, and forums. On their part, they will conceptualize and package Miss Face of Humanity Kenya, as well as provide a platform to advance her cause.
Okay, one more. We are happy because today it is not like many years ago. And we used to be stigmatized and to be left out. But today we have gone step ahead. We are somewhere where people are now getting education, or we are educating people to know that people with disability are also people, or are also human beings.
DDAK is here to create a friendly environment, a platform where they can showcase their potentials, and from that we explore together the opportunities available. And with this signing of this memorandum of understanding, now foreseeing us going a further step, and this will even help us to make or to enable DDAK to move to another level where DDAK will be known nationally, internationally, and we'll have maybe people coming to join us and to work with us.
We have many disabled people who are losing their lives every day because they are not getting the medical attention they desire. And this is because everybody is ignoring what they deserve. It's a matter which most of people don't want to talk about, because you don't want to be taken, maybe we want to fit in the system, that's true. But if we could get that one person who can speak out there and make sure that disabled people are given the first line in hospitals, you know, that is saying and doing, making sure that if there is a disabled person who is at home sick, they don't have to crawl to hospitals. An ambulance is coming home to pick them and make sure that they are well attended to.
The purpose and the reason why we are here today is so that two parties, DDAK, that is the Disability Discovery Association of Kenya, and Miss Face of Humanity Kenya, enter into a partnership, an agreement, an arrangement that is going to see both parties work together to serve and empower persons with disabilities and associates in Kenya. On the part of the Miss Face of Humanity Kenya, we are sending her out to market DDAK, tell the world, nationally, internationally, that this organization exists, and this organization requires to be stable, to be able to deliver the service and empowerment agenda to the persons with disabilities.
Let's take another short commercial break. On the other side of this break is international and business news.
Every one of you have a journey to take. Your first step is your most important step. You don't go up to the top. You grow up to the top.
You are one decision away from shifting your life from where it is right now to a totally different place.
So often our setbacks are setups. It's just hard
to see it at the time.
What if you interrupted that pattern of thinking and simply said, what do I want? That takes your energy and focus off of the problem and begins to focus you on a solution.
Success is a series of steps, not one giant leap.
Commitment will get us to the starting line. Consistency will get you to the finish line.
You were born. You were created for your life to count.
Only God can turn a mess into a message.
I have a boy on a wheelchair.
Yeah.
I'm still preaching on the pulpit.
Amen.
Niliona mguu ya nyuma inakuja tu kunikanyaga, imenilenga tu kwa tumbo. Nikaitana tu Jesus.
I got tired of working with the x-ray papers, and one day I just woke up and decided to burn them.
A test into a testimony.
The whole community didn't want to hear that anybody is born again. Excommunicated straight.
Bila Yesu hakuna njia.
Join Sharon Naitore Wangenye on Testify.
Katika hiyo harakati hiyo spirit ikakemewa, mimi nimeona Yesu Kristo namna hii. Kwa msalaba. Opa. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Every Thursday at 8 p.m. for a moment to grow your faith some more.
Welcome back. Let's go across borders now. Tanzanian novelist Abdul Razak Guna has been awarded the 2021 Nobel Prize for Literature. The Swedish Academy praised Guna for his uncompromising and compassionate penetration of the effects of colonialism. The prize is awarded by the Swedish Academy and is worth 10 million Swedish crowns, equivalent to 1.4 million, equivalent to 1.14 million US dollars. I beg your pardon for that. Gunnar, 73, is the author of 10 novels, including Paradise and Desertion. He expressed gratitude to the Academy, adding that he was surprised and humbled to win such a big prize amidst a huge list of wonderful writers. Paradise was published in 1994, told the story of a boy growing up in Tanzania in the early 20th century, and was nominated for the Booker Prize, marking his breakthrough as a novelist. And in Pakistan, a search for survivors is still underway after a 5.9 magnitude earthquake struck, killing at least 20 people and injuring hundreds more. The earthquake struck the mountainous Balochistan province, where several buildings and homes collapsed and power was cut. To make matters worse, local hospitals don't have enough beds for all the wounded, as doctors and nurses have been treating many of them outdoors. More than 100 mud houses have collapsed and a large number of buildings were damaged, leaving hundreds of people homeless. The Prime Minister, sending his condolences, ordered immediate assistance on an emergency basis for the earthquake victims and for an immediate assessment of the damage for timely relief and compensation. Now, a stranded humpback whale was rescued alive off Argentina's Atlantic coast at the seaside resort of La Lucila del Mar, 360 kilometers south of Buenos Aires. The whale is one of 2 stranded whales saved by a team of 30 people, including local residents, marine environmentalists, and members of the Civil Defense, Coast Guard, police, volunteer firefighters, navigators and beach lifeguards. They celebrated as they watched the whale swim away once it was moved into deeper waters. See break. Now, Google will be investing $1 billion, equivalent to 110 billion Kenya shillings, to support digital transformation across Africa. This will include landing a subsea cable into the continent to enable faster internet speeds, low-interest loans for small businesses, equity investments into African startups, skill trainings, and more. The plans were unveiled at an event led by Google and Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai. Google said it will inject the investment in projects to be implemented in countries across the continent, including Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Ghana. Now, Stanbic Bank Kenya and the Stanbic Kenya Foundation have signed a memorandum of understanding with the Meru County government. The bank, through the foundation, seeks to forge solid collaborations with the government, both at national and county level, to help drive the development agenda in the counties and institutions across the country in line with the Sustainable Development Goals. A key objective outlined in the partnership agreement is to ensure that both the county government and the Stanbic Kenya Foundation collaborate in their efforts to identify areas of growth and build the capacity of micro, small, and medium enterprises. A secondary objective highlighted is to ensure that these MSMEs receive digital skills training, access to finance, and access to job markets.
Moja mbili tatu sherehe. Asante sana.
The journey with Stanbic started sometimes last year when they approached our ministry for partnership. And when we looked at it, we realized that most of the projects which they wanted to implement were devolved functions or devolved activities. And therefore, we deemed it fit to partner with county to bring them down to the devolved level so that they can deal with county government. And as it has been said, we picked about 5 counties. And luckily, and for good reason, we decided to pair them with Meru County Government.
This is a very powerful team. They have come to assist us to drive, to deliver on our strategy, our recovery strategy, which we are calling the post-COVID-19 recovery strategy of 2020-2022, which we signed with the Ministry of Industrialization. And the idea of that strategy was what we do with our struggling small business people who really have been affected by COVID-19, mpaka biashara ikaharibika na maisha yao ikafanya nini? Ikaharibika. So they have come up with this formula, which we think is great. That money will be used to support cooperatives. Na ingine itasaidia wanabiashara directly. As an individual, you can walk to Stanbic so long as in this program and borrow money, and you pay at an interest of 2%.
Let us take our last commercial break on News Watch. We'll be back with sports news.
Join us every Sunday for unlimited, uplifting, powerful worship, only on Extended Worship.
Whether you are fat or thin, and for me, I don't consider myself fat. I consider myself good for my purpose, to hug women. When they come crying, and they come and hug me, they just come and I hug them and they cry and cry and cry until they are comfortable.
We praise together, we praise Him.
A very warm welcome back. In sports, Kenya national soccer team Harambee Stars is this evening gearing up for a positive result in the FIFA 2022 World Cup qualifier match against Mali. Ahead of tonight's battle, Stars head coach Engin Firat has said that the team is motivated and ready to compete against the West African side, which is one of the top teams in Africa. Stars tackle Mali tonight at 10 p.m. with the return leg awaiting them 3 days later in Nairobi. They will be seeking for their first ever win against Mali in the match that will be played behind closed doors in Morocco due to COVID-19 restrictions. The two sides have met twice in the African Cup of Nations, with Mali winning once and one contest ending in a draw.
We will do our job to the last second, and we will do our best that the people get satisfied. And because for us this is match very important to see how we can play against the top team, and if we are ready to play against the top team, and I have a good feeling that we will be ready. But most important is that we play good. So why it is good? Because you can win a match by luck, but in long term you need to have a good base and playing really football. Therefore the main point will be for us to play really good football tomorrow, and to show that we are able to play this also against top teams. And then everybody will understand that we have a good future, because we have a lot of young players here who are 20, 90, 80. So, and I believe in them, and I believe in the future of the Kenyan national team. Of course, there are some changes. There's one player who brought much more than I thought. There's also a player who were expected much more performance, but it's quite normal in football. So altogether, I think we have a promising thing for the future, because we have a lot of players, like I said, who are young, maybe not experienced, but they have a bright future. So if we put all together, I know now it's also a change of the national team, because a lot of players who used to play before, experienced players, are not more with us. There's a time of change, and I hope we will go successful through this time.
Preparation imekuwa poa. I think wachezaji wote mentally wako poa, na it's a great opportunity. Unajua kucheza na team kama Mali, one of the best sides in Africa. Itakuwa ni a great moment for us, na we are ready for the challenge, na hope itakuwa game poa. Of course wachezaji, I believe wachezaji wote wenye wako hapa hivi, kila mtu wako ready to fight for the country. Tunataka kujituma, tunajua the task ahead of us. Of course it's a difficult challenge, but it's not impossible, because we have to go there and show them that pia si tumekamka, tumejipanga, tuta work hard. Na it's a new side with a new coach, na I believe there is a great momentum in the team. There's a great feeling. We hope we can produce good results come tomorrow.
telco company Safaricom has today announced an extension of their sponsorship for rally driver Maxine Wahome with an additional 2 million Kenya shillings. The sponsorship will cater for the remaining rounds of the Kenya National Rally Championship and autocross competitions. In August, the telco had also sponsored Maxine during the Voi edition of the KNRC. Maxine, popularly known as the riding queen for her prowess in the motorsport, has successfully participated in this year's national rally and autocross events. This includes the WRC Safari Rally, Voi Rally, Machakos Rally and autocross events in Mombasa and Nairobi, with her most recent outing race being the Ramisi Rally, which saw her record impressive results after finishing top in the second division. Maxine made her rallying debut in the World Rally Championship Safari Rally this year in a Subaru Impreza.
We are here today to support Maxi and Lynette and the Safari Rally team. So we supported her in the Voi Rally, and she did quite well. And we are keen to continue supporting her. We are keen to make sure that she achieves her dream. And she's an inspiration to many young ladies, to many girl children out there, and also young people in general, to tell them that anything is possible as long as you set your eyes for it. So at Safaricom, we say we transform lives. I believe in what she's doing. She can actually transform lives by inspiring more young people, young girls, to do what she's doing and challenge the norms. So we believe in young talent. We believe that the young people are the future of this country. And in the sports, we've seen the likes of Kipchoge, who without initial support, they wouldn't be world renowned champions today. We can see Maxi heading there and her team. So we are keen to encourage them, to encourage the young people, because they have a long future ahead of them.
It's a good feeling being the only lady, especially beating the guys out there. It's exciting. It's also different environment, special feeling. You should expect a finish yet again, and hopefully a better position than Mombasa Rally, but a finish is what you should expect. This is my first time to race a rally in Nyanyuki. Last weekend I was there for the autocross, but first rally in Nyanyuki. Okay, my message to the young ladies, young girls, old women, come out and support. You can be cheerleaders, you can be drivers. Come out and support. It's not just for men, it's for everyone.
Kakamega County Governor Wycliffe Oparanya has signed an MOU with the organizers of Sports Personality of the Year Awards to have the county host the third Sawyer Awards in January 2022. Speaking during the signing ceremony of the county headquarters, Governor Oparanya appreciated the organizers, led by world marathon record holder Dr. Paul Tergat, for choosing Kakamega to host the event. He said the recognition and award of sports personalities who have displayed outstanding performance in various sports locally, regionally, and globally signifies the good gesture and attitude from Dr. Tergat, who is the founder of the awards. Dr. Tergat appreciated the governor for accepting to host the event and for supporting sports in the county through operationalization of the sports fund to support sports programs to identify, nurture, develop, and promote talents.
The Sawyer Awards event presents a unique opportunity for grassroots athletes, especially from Kakamega County, to interest with the reigning elite superstars, including the Olympians from the recently concluded Tokyo Olympic Games and other invited guests. Through these awards and recognitions, youth have been socially transformed, various sports disciplines have been promoted, and careers in sports have been defined. In addition, the Sawyer annual event has given rise to creation of links between sports and corporate organizations, which have gone a long way in benefiting sports people.
So I want to say that this MOU that we are going to have
We will make sure that it is going to be effected to the letter, and we make sure that we support and so we celebrate the work of these postmen that they have sacrificed for all of us, because these Soya Awards, it is an event that encompasses, it brings all sportsmen from all disciplines to share a meal and share one night together, and be able maybe to explore also the country when we come this part, when we come to this part of the region. So I'll be very happy that when we approached our governor, he graciously accepted to host Soya Awards, and we are looking forward for a very glamorous, successful event during that day. So thank you very much, Your Excellency, and we are looking forward that the event is going to be a successful one. Thank you very much.
Well, we have come to the end of Newswatch tonight. On behalf of the team, thank you for your valuable company and watching. I'm Tess Jenga, and my sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Have a good night and God bless you.